your second time around doing this here. How's it being back in the gauntlet that we all throw you through today?
It's fine. I got love for all you guys, especially the ones that in and out of practice. But it's cool. It's a great. I mean, it's a blessing to represent the university. So when they ask me to come do this, it's an instant yes. If I can come represent my university in any way, shape, or form, I'm gonna do it. So.
For you guys as a team, where have you kind of seen the most growth? With obviously 9 newcomers, kind of where have you seen the most growth since the summer?
Yeah, I'd just say chemistry-wise, with all the transfer portal and everything, just getting to learn about the new guys, get to know their games and everything. I think we've come a long way with that, and I like where we're at as a team in that standpoint. Then when it comes to our offense, just really learning the flows and everything for the newcomers and the freshmen, just so they get a good feel. I think everyone's pretty comfortable with the offense and everything, so we're at a good spot right now.
Is it a little tougher to build that sort of connectivity and chemistry when you got guys from all over the world?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that. But they're easy. They're easy to talk to. They're easy, and they're open to learn. Even with Alexis, he sometimes doesn't understand what I'm saying, but he's always asking me questions like different things. He's open to learn. The other guys, though, it's pretty easy for them to adjust. Ozzy, I'm blanking. Hayden, yeah, and Grappy. They were pretty easy to adjust.
With Stephen Crowell moving on, Nolan, what kind of role do you have to step into defensively in the post and on the glass this year?
Yeah, I understand my role probably there will be a little bigger. This offseason was huge for me in the weight room, really being able to put some muscle on and be able to hold my own down there. And I think I've done a good job with that, and I like where I'm at. But yeah, like you said, with Steven leaving now and that role is kind of empty, I'm looking forward to stepping into that and holding my own down there. So it'll be a good year.
Some of the international freshmen that are coming, the familiarity with ball-screen actions is something that you mentioned a lot. I guess, how do you recognize that, or just working with the forwards and kind of how they are when they get ball-screens?
Yeah, our offense does involve a lot of ball screens, but I keep saying, like, when Steven was a senior or junior and I was a freshman walking in here and I was a young kid with my head spinning at practice, not really understanding the offense or the ball screen continuity and everything, Steven was there for me. I was able to ask him questions. He was really helpful to me while also kind of going at me. So he made the player I am today, and that's really what I'm trying to do with these, foreigners and the younger kids, where just take them under my wing, and whatever questions they got, really make sure that they understand it, because the offense at times can get you a little lost. But I'm just trying to be there, Stephen Crowell, like he was to me, and just take him under my wing and really help him out.
What's it like with helping Alexis when he's not just adjusting to college basketball, but kind of entirely new country?
It's fun, teaching him new things and showing him new foods he hasn't tried. But also learning things from him, learning things from his culture, like what he likes. He's no different than us. He's just from a different country.
John, you went through the NBA draft process. During that process, what is something you learned about either your game or even just yourself that you maybe wouldn't have otherwise had the opportunity to learn if you didn't go through it?
Most importantly, I learned different things about the mental side of the game, and it's the politics of the game that put into that side of the NBA. But also, I learned just about my body, taking care of my body, new things I can do to take care of my body, new diet things I can try to help my body, just help me off the court, but also on the court. And like on the court stuff, I learned just like playing with a different type of pace. Not everything, college is a lot sped up, right into plays, but just slow down a little bit. And then consistency with my jump shot. Obviously, if you go on an NBA team, you're not the main guy. So how can you fit in and play a role, keep knocked down 3-4 shots a game? So just being consistent with that and making that jump heading into this year.
With those off the court diet things, kind of any ones of those that have been especially helpful for you?
For me, it's I do no dairy, so I do no cheese. I haven't had cheese in a minute, no ice cream. Rarely any sweets, and it's helped me. It's helped me sleep better. It's helped me recover. Not a lot of inflammation in my body from the milk or the cheese. That's the main one right now. And then try to do a gallon a day of water.
John, everyone kind of talks about John Tonji as the biggest part to replace from last season, but a lot of times, you guys would go as Kamari or Carter, and even Max would go. about the supporting cast you have this year and maybe their ability to recreate a lot of the energy that those guys brought?
Well, I think our supporting cast, in my opinion, is deeper this year. We have all types of guys. We have Brady Carrington, we have Andrew Rohde, we have guys that freshmen like Zach Kingsley that just any given day he might drop 30. He's like a microwave. So I think our supporting cast this year is a lot deeper. Credit to coach. He did a great job recruiting and getting those guys.
You guys both kind of mentioned freshmen earlier. When we spoke, you just brought up Zach. What has kind of stood out the most and impressed you with not just his game, but really his approach every day to practice?
Well, Zach, I think, in a way, he moves kind of like a professional. He's always in the gym. He's always just asking questions. And, I mean, his body is, like, from day one, was ready to go into college. He's strong. He's built. He plays with a good pace. I mean, he's a freshman. There's some learning bumps that he's going to do, like some turnovers that he shouldn't do. But, I mean, he's looked pretty impressive. In the summer, he looked really impressive to me. And that was, like, my first time. Like, I really don't watch too many guys, like, unless you get on, when you get on campus, that's when I really judge your game. But, I mean, he's been really impressive to me.
Question for really both of you. Last year we saw the offense. What's the next step this offense is evolving? What is it potentially going to look like this year with some of the new shooting?
Yeah, I think just consistency. Getting that ball moving, making sure it's unselfish play. I think last year we did a really good job of that, but I think even going forward we can be even better, scoring even more points, shooting even more threes, getting even better looks. We got a lot of depth and a lot of versatility within this team, and I think any given night anyone can go for 30, 40, whatever it is. So this team's got a lot of firepower, and it will be fun to watch.
Where do you guys feel Austin Rapp can help the team this year?
I would say he's really fun to play with, how he stretches the floor for us guards. I can't speak for him right now, but yeah, for me, driving in gaps are way more open because that big can't help anymore. I mean, he can't send that gap to Warren or fire it to Austin, and he's getting it up. And I think he has you guys were at practice, he has a good way of finding sweet spots in transition. Like, I'm good at pushing in transition, and, defense collapses. He has a good way of finding eyes and finding a good sweet spot to, knock down that three.
Yeah.
Last year, your upside was, I guess, sort of intertwined with how you guys performed on the defensive end. Compared to where you were last year around this time, how do you feel about the defense?
Yeah, pretty confident. We got a lot of length on this year's team. We're all pretty tall, pretty versatile, like I keep saying. Pretty athletic, 1 through 5. So I think that we can maybe throw some different things at different teams this year and try some new things that maybe in the past we haven't really done. And like I said, we're a super versatile team that can move really well, I think. And defensively, we're in a pretty good spot. Coach Guard, first day we get on campus for fall practices, that's all we work on is defense. We didn't touch a ball for the first 3 days of practice, so it's defense, 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 and I think we're at a good spot right now.
Question for both of you. What one thing from the end of last season to the beginning of this season is your biggest point of growth? What's the one thing you wanted to grow in most of your games?
Me personally, I want to grow in defense, on the defensive end. I think I just want to grow. I mean, it starts with our guards. Just defensive tenacity, just after every defender, after the best player. Just shut people's water off. Obviously, guys are going to hit shots, but every shot they take is a hard shot. So I think that's where I want to grow. That's what I want to see growth at and be the best at.
Yeah, for me, like I keep saying, just putting on that strength and being able to guard that 5 with confidence. These last 2 years I've been able to, but still a little shaky. So I think going into this year, putting on the right muscle, right strength, and being able to hold my own down there is going to be huge for me and this team. I took it upon myself this summer to really get stronger, put on the right weight, and be able to do that for us.
John, having done point guard duties last year, what's been the difference of these types of looks that you've been able to get through practice? Just with Nick kind of being able to take some control of that level.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, not just with Nick, with Janicki and with Andrew Rohde and Zach Kingsley and Hayden. Like, just playing with those guys, like, all our guards are versatile and able to get it off the rim or get it from a center and push the ball and look for open shots. So I think from the guard standpoint, I think we all can push it. We all can run the show. We all can get us into our plays, and which makes us really dangerous. So
I just think you're playing faster than you were last year.
I think so. Yeah, I think when Nick Boyd gets the ball, whether it's a made basket or a missed, like he's out of there, he's pushing it, and it's pushing other guys to run harder too. Get down the court, fill your lanes. So I think for sure we're playing faster, and it's a fun offense to play in. I mean, it's a lot like last year's, but I'd say it's even faster, more firepower, more fun to play in.
Nolan, this front court, not just different players, but like different skill sets. I'm wondering if there's any more emphasis on getting up to the rim and dunking in this offense, maybe a little bit more this year.
Yeah, for sure. Coaches, whenever we're around the rim, we're supposed to dunk it. If we don't, they'll get mad, even if we make a layup. We got Will Garlock, a freshman, who can really jump out the gym as a 7'1" guy. He's got crazy attributes. He's 7'1", can jump out the gym. He makes the ball look like a Nerf ball. And throwing him lobs, I think for these guards, I think it's pretty fun for them to throw him lobs. They haven't really had someone like that in a while. So, our front court, we really took it upon ourselves to, go attack the rim, don't just lay it up and be soft, go attack it. And we're working on our lob game too. We do that a lot in practice, putting it in the right spots from the guards and throwing it down.
With the defensive improvement you guys are looking for, kind of what does defensive success, kind of what are the areas in particular that you guys feel like you guys can grow in there?
I think personally, first of all, me just getting over ball screens and making it hard on ball screens for guards, disrupting plays, making it hard for every catch for the guards. And then as a team, I feel like defensive rebounding, we got to do better at that. I think some games we lost because of that. I think Michigan State was one we lost because of defensive rebound, letting that guy get 15 boards. And it just doesn't come from the guards. It comes from the guard. It doesn't come from the bigs. It comes from the guards too. The bigs crashing. We got to go clean up for them. So I think that's a vocal point that coach has been talking to us about. Not just being tough. Just don't let people score on you.
Yeah, all that he said, and I just said like constant communication on defense as bigs. For me specifically, just letting the guards kind of know what our ball screen coverage will be, letting them know early. That's a big thing in our defense. So just constant communication and not taking a play off, going to get the rebound secure and get out of there.
Can you talk a little bit about, really probably a question for both of you, the impact Kirk Penny had while he was here and kind of the lasting legacy?
Yeah, we all love KP. What he brought here was obviously a great offense. It was a ton of fun to play in. Personally, he was a great dude to talk to and pick his brain a little bit. He was a genius when it comes to basketball. Obviously, we got Brad Davison now, which he's been awesome to have around too. He's a high energy, young coach. So being able to have him hop in some drills with these guards, it's been cool to see that. But yeah, I think we'll still be in contact with KP as much as he won't be here and we'll miss him. I think we'll still be in some contact with him.
Yeah, like he said, I love KP. Talking off the court, he was a great guy. It was cool to get a different outlook on stuff because he was the only coach on the roster that probably wasn't from Wisconsin. So he would just, give you a few pointers of things, and he played at the highest level. So, we're gonna miss him for sure, but he's definitely put his imprint on our offense, and we're gonna be doing some of the same stuff that he took us to do.
John, what have your early impressions been playing alongside Hayden?
The day one when Hayden and Alexis first came in, the pace they play with and the composure they play with, first practice was awesome. So Hayden's really good. He's a great passer. He's a willing passer. One thing I really love, he's able to get downhill really well. And he's a great offensive rebounder. He's legit 6'7", 6'6". That really helps us. He goes across the boards and gets offensive rebounds, which I really love.